Black Friday is right around the corner, and I'm sure that you want to know exactly how to make sure that your Google ads are ready to go when the big day comes, so you're not missing out on potential sales, potential customers, and potential revenue. As you can see here, this is one of our clients last year in 2024. They added 1.19 million in Black Friday Cyber Monday revenue with only an additional $27,000 in spend. So as you can see, they did a pretty good job, and we set them up very, very well for the day. And there's a range of things that you need to do to make sure that you really are dominating on Black Friday. And I'm going to walk you through every single one of them. Now, this is going to be the highest leverage points that you need to focus on, both in Google Ads and just generally within your business, to make sure that you're making the most out of this biggest part of the year for e-commerce brands. And it's split into three phases here. We've got pre-Black Friday Cyber Monday, during Black Friday Cyber Monday, and post-Black Friday Cyber Monday. We've got laying the foundation, capturing and saturating, and then revenue squeezing. These are the three main phases that you're going to be getting the most out of. It's more than just a single day. It really is kind of the e-commerce Christmas, I guess. And you really need to be making the most of every single day that you can around Black Friday Cyber Monday. So without further ado, let's get right into the content. I'm going to walk you through the pre-Black Friday Cyber Monday laying the foundation suggestions. First of all, Google specific suggestions for making sure that you've laid a good foundation. You need to build hype through high frequency placements on YouTube and display. So make yourself absolutely unforgettable. In the lead up to Black Friday, you want to be getting as many eyeballs on your brand as possible. So when the big day comes, people are thinking, oh, I wonder what kind of offers this brand's promoting, or they might even see another offer from another brand that sells another product for you, and you come to mind immediately because you're just always there in front of their eyes. The more touch points you have, the more a customer's going to remember you, and the more likely they are to purchase from you, whether it's today or tomorrow, right? So if you can just get more eyeballs on your offer leading up to Black Friday, you will absolutely see an increase in performance when the day comes. These obviously are very difficult to measure, these effects, but it's inevitable as human psychology, and getting more people to see your products and your ads will very, very absolutely, definitely help you get more sales. Okay. Beyond that though, you need to make sure that you have everything ready to go when the day comes. You need to make sure your GMC is optimized, like I tell you in every other video, pretty much. You need to make sure your product feeds are completely optimized, titles, descriptions, stuff like reviews, right? Reviews can take 2 to 4 weeks to be processed in Google Ads, sometimes 6 or more weeks, depending on the review provider and the aggregator. So you need to make sure that you're getting these reviews set up really early. You don't want to be scrambling the day before Black Friday to try and get these kind of things set up. You don't want to be scrambling in a GMC trying to optimize everything. Make sure that your GMC is well optimized leading into the day. So first of all, Google has good data for you. And second of all, your customers are likely to click through and purchase. Build your campaigns in advance and prepare your necessary customer marketing list. Once again, we want to make sure that we're ready to go when the day comes. Build your Black Friday Cyber Monday campaigns with specific promotional messaging, whether it's search campaigns, shopping campaigns, or specific items before the day comes, to make sure that you are ready for it. And again, you're not scrambling. And your customer remarketing list, right? Make sure that you have these set up. So you want to make sure that you're collecting customer data. If you, for example, reach Black Friday and the day comes and goes, and then you check your audience list and you realize you weren't collecting any customer data on who was visiting your website, you've just missed out on a massive segment of really interested customers that you could remarket to. So make sure that you have all your audience and remarketing lists set up and collecting data before the day comes. 30-day visitors, cart abandoners, checkout reaches, all that kind of stuff, to make sure that you have the different segments of audiences that you can target when necessary. Also specific page viewers, potentially viewing pages related to your maybe early access VIP signups, which we'll talk about in a moment, or related to just products in general. So people viewing specific products that you know you're going to sell on Black Friday. Just as many different audiences as you can to make the most of segmentation when the time comes. Then finally, you want to be increasing your budgets consistently leading up to the day and week to week, so you aren't left, once again, the big word of the day, scrambling. You want to make sure that everything is prepared and the foundations are laid and your budgets are consistently rising up until Black Friday, when you can really pump a lot harder, because there's only so far that you can push in one day on Google Ads. If you're starting here versus starting here and trying to get to here, it's going to be a lot easier to go from here to here than it is from here to here. So I highly recommend making sure that you are scaling up consistently and pushing your budgets towards that end goal. General tips leading up to Black Friday. Ensure that your site is conversion optimized. Now, I'm not a CRO expert, but We've seen a thing or two over our time on e-commerce brands and their websites and things that can go horribly wrong. So make sure that your site speed is in check. Everything's working well. You have the capacity to handle as many customers as will be coming through. You don't get overloaded. You don't slow down. You don't have any issues like that. Make sure that your checkout is fully optimized. Obviously on Black Friday, you're probably going to be running some kind of checkout upsell or offer or something like that. Make sure it's all working well, it's all optimized, and you've run tests in the past to make sure that you're getting the most out of your checkout. And then offers and pricing, absolutely. Like make sure that when the day comes, you have actually proven offers, proven pricing that people will really jump at the chance to get a sale on. So, if it's already a good deal that you're offering and then you offer an additional Black Friday deal, then you're very, very likely to get a purchase. So all these things that are just standard CRO basics, make sure once again, they're ready in the lead up, because you don't want to find yourself stuck without a paddle. All right. Grow your email list for early access signups and cross-pollinate with Google. So you can basically try and get people through who want to sign up for early access of Black Friday. So whether it's you running YouTube ads or shooting out an email to your subscribers or whatever it may be, to acquire people into your funnel to sign up for early access. Once you do get those early access people, they've essentially marked themselves as very high intent Black Friday buyers. And you can then send that audience over to Google, and you can do specific things with that on Google, whether it's remarketing to them, sending them special offers, just marking them as high intent customers, whatever it may be. Cross-pollinate all that data with Google from your VIP email list, because it really indicates a very, very high intent purchaser and as someone who's very likely to continue buying from you. And then build hype through your socials, your email, and any other owned traffic sources you may have. So obviously, socials and email are essentially free to post on. Anything else where you can easily access an audience for free. Obviously paid ads is great, but you do have to pay to reach people. If you have a free owned audience, then make sure that you're building hype with them. You're sending them constant reminders, constant, offers, teasers in the lead up to the event. So everyone is ready and knows when the day comes that they're ready to purchase. All right. During Black Friday, Cyber Monday, how are you going to make sure that you capture and saturate the traffic on the day? Because we know that there's going to be an enormous amount of people shopping when the day comes. Google specific, first of all, you want to continue to maximize your visibility through high frequency advertising. Although it's very, very tempting to saturate your bottom of funnel, which I'm about to talk about, you still want to make sure that you're getting as many eyeballs on your brand as possible, because people are going to be going absolutely feral on these kind of days. And they're going to be spending hours and hours on their phones, hours and hours on the computers, browsing, shopping, everything like that. The more you can get in front of these people, the more frequently you're there, the more often they think about you, see you, everything like that, the more likely they are to make a purchase. So don't drop off your high frequency advertising on the day, because it's still going to give you a leg up, especially if you've been doing it all the way up until then. So that's stuff like YouTube and display to just make sure you're always in front of people. But then, of course, it is very important to saturate your bottom of funnel budgets to capture overflow demand from the market. So once again, everyone is going to be running a lot of ads, running a lot of budget into their ads and paid media. All of your competitors are going to be doing the same. And fortunately, your competitors' paid media will be generating traffic for your Google searches. So if you both sell running shoes, your competitors' customers who see their meta ad could just go to Google and search running shoes and then come across your brand and then make a purchase. And that will be a bottom of funnel search that you've captured from the result of your competitors' initial meta, TikTok, Snapchat ad, whatever it may be. So make sure that you are saturating your bottom of funnel budgets and capturing every single high intent purchaser you can without diminishing your ROAS or without going below your break even. Rapid cutting and scaling of different offers and campaigns day by day. So once again, you're going to really need to watch the data very, very clearly when the event comes. If you are not keeping on top of your metrics day to day, you're probably going to miss a lot of opportunities. So you want to make sure that you're cutting underperformers and scaling high performers on a day-to-day basis, to be honest. Especially if your budgets are high, you're going to have enough flexibility there with Google to move them very quickly. I don't typically recommend in Google shifting budgets up and down day by day, but in circumstances like this, it's justifiable, and it probably will help you eke out a little bit more performance from those high performers, and it'll help you save some wastage from the low performers. Promotional messaging everywhere. You want it on absolutely everything in your Google ads, all your PMAX campaigns. You want it in your shopping titles where you can. You want it in your search campaigns, obviously, or your promotional extensions. You want your kind of review stuff as well, your shopping promos, your YouTube ads, your display ads, everything has to show your promotions because everyone's going to be showing them. If you don't have a promotion on Black Friday, no one's going to buy from you because they're just going to buy from a competitor who does. And additional emphasis on retargeting VIPs and hype interactors. So once again, those people who sign up for early access, I designate them as VIPs, are people who are very, very very interested in your product. Make sure that you are putting additional emphasis on these users. You're retargeting, you're showing them special offers. You're just absolutely slamming them with as much advertising as you can to try and squeeze out some more budget, some more revenue from them. And your hype interactors. So anyone who's kind of viewed your YouTube ads multiple times, maybe interacted with your ads, trying to target those kind of people who've interacted with previous hype can be very beneficial for getting, again, high intent audiences. All right, general tips. Try to make your offers stand out. Now, I know this is basic, but ultimately, if you just run another 20% off offer like everyone else, you're probably not going to get as much traction as you could with a really unique and a really well-positioned offer. So something that makes your specific in your industry is different, something that really appeals to customers, whether it's adding on a specific gift, whether it's adding on a specific upsell, giving them something for free, giving them free shipping, or all of the above, or adding on a specific monetary discount or whatever it may be, even giving like lifetime subscription benefits, things like that, right? So just anything that is different in your industry. Try and do some research, ask ChatGPT, ask Claude, what have competitors in the industry done in the past on Black Friday? How can I stand out from this? How can I create different promotions that resonate well with my audience and give me an opportunity to take more market share? I'm sure it'll give you a pretty good idea based on your industry in particular, and it'll at least give you somewhere to start. Do not be afraid to absolutely bombard your customers' inboxes. Everyone's going to be doing it. If you're not doing it, you're missing out, right? You need to make sure that you're doing just as much bombarding of customers' inboxes as all your competitors are. Otherwise, your customers will just go with a competitor. It's pretty straightforward. Extreme urgency throughout the entire period with constantly developing timelines and offers. So you probably already know this, but Black Friday, like I said, is the Christmas for an e-commerce brand, right? It's just so busy. Everything's happening. And you need to make sure that you are offering new offers every single day. So in the lead up, obviously, as we discussed, we have early offers, we have early access, we have 24 hours out offers, we have 48 hours out offers, we have everything like that, different stuff with increasing urgency. And as it gets closer and closer to the kind of end of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that's when you really want to be making sure that you're converting those last people who haven't made a decision yet and they're still sitting on the fence. Upsells, subscriptions, checkout additions, anything to extend LTVs. This is another one. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of first-time purchases on Black Friday. If you can extend their lifetime value by some way, whether it's like, for example, subscriptions, upsells, checkout additions, anything it may be to extend their LTV is going to be very beneficial to your bottom line. It's going to be very, very helpful to get more money out of these people and potentially get them paying you for longer. Alrighty. Now, post Black Friday, Cyber Monday. This is the part that a lot of brands miss. But it's a really, really good way to squeeze out some extra revenue, as I've got here, revenue squeezing. So Google specific remarketing campaigns. This is a really good one. So on YouTube, display, search, shopping, PMax, on every channel you can, with exclusive offers and complimentary products for people who were on your website during Black Friday. So anyone who visited your website, looked at your offers, added a cart, initiated checkout, whatever it may be, retarget them with exclusive offers. So go, hey, look, did you forget to buy this? Did you miss out? Did you not make a purchase on the day? We're giving you a 24-hour period to make your purchase now with the same deal as Black Friday or something like that. And or an even better deal on Black Friday. Whatever you choose to go with, it'll be a good way to reactivate customers and squeeze out some additional revenue from those who didn't purchase. And even those who did purchase, giving them another offer to try and purchase again, cross-sell, upsell, anything like that. Extend demand and allow for gradual spend reduction by offering last-minute sale extensions. So like I said above, adding on these kind of additional sales can let you sort of wean off the spend rather than just dropping spend from here to here in one day. If you still have some decent sales, decent offers on there, you can keep spending a little bit higher to push people through and still, keep above your break-even ROAS, keep a good new customer acquisition price, new customer ROAS, everything like that. And don't get caught overextended on spend. So, in saying that we want to try and pull spend back gradually, don't just pull it back gradually for the sake of it. If you are overextended, if your ROAS is really just plummeted, pull back rapidly, pause the campaign, drop it by 50%, whatever you have to do to just remain within profitability, because there's no point wasting all that additional spend after Black Friday if it's not going to, excuse me, help you convert. All right. Analyze your data to apply to remaining Q4 sale periods. So although Black Friday, Cyber Monday may be over, it's not the end of Q4. We still have Christmas and we still have all that holiday season where people are making a lot of purchases, and you need to make sure that you are there to capitalize on it. And then general tips. So leverage review requests from your increased traffic. So you're going to obviously get a lot more customers coming through. Make sure that you're sending out review requests to try and get more reviews on your website, and then forwarding those reviews through to Google via review extensions on your shopping ads to give you even more credibility. Continue to cross-sell and upsell identified Black Friday, Cyber Monday purchases to extend LTV. So like I mentioned here, pushing out additional offers to people who you know purchase from you on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, exclusive offers, things that are specific to them because they were a loyal customer on the day. And then try to turn your Black Friday, Cyber Monday customers into lifetime customers. Now, this one is just generally good advice for e-commerce brands. But if you can make someone a lifetime customer rather than just a single holiday shopping customer, they're going to give you a lot more value, they're going to give you a lot more revenue, and they're going to give you a lot more profit in the long term. So more special offers potentially for these people who've shopped with you. Check-in and thank you emails, right? So sending them emails like, how's your product? Do you like it? Give us a review, give us some feedback. Thank you for purchasing. Here's a special offer for you. Thank you for purchasing. Generous return policies. So if there are any issues, obviously making sure that they have top tier customer support is a really big one, because, it's great to churn and burn through Black Friday, but if you can keep someone for a lifetime, you're going to get a lot more out of it. And that is ultimately the goal with your e-commerce brand, is to sustain a high LTV to CAC ratio. All right, guys, that is the Black Friday, Cyber Monday Google Ads playbook. All my suggestions and high leverage opportunities in a nutshell. Action some of these in your brand, and I guarantee that you're going to get a better result this Black Friday than you did last year. And if it's your first Black Friday, then you're going to kick it out of the park. And I wish you all the best. If you want any help implementing this kind of stuff, or if you have any questions regarding Google Ads, please feel free to book a call with me at the link in the description. I'd love to help you out. We've worked with multiple 7 and 8 figure brands through Black Friday and helped them generate an enormous amount of cash. And I'd love to be able to do the same for you. That's all for me today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.